Jim.
Celebratory Let It Fly beer here at Let It Fly Sports Bar in downtown Omaha. Jays romp over Louisville.
Jays won.
Move to the round of 32. Tim Kruger along with my buddy Austin Chapman.
How's it going? Pleasure.
I know if you're all like me, you're hearing the same. You heard the same stuff all week long about this great defense and player of the year defense and all that. We sliced and diced and got everything we wanted. Now, to Austin's point, made some shots today too. But I would say this. We had some more open looks today than we've had in a while. Yeah. Like their Jacksons were wide open. Great ball movement. Jamiya just made some shots. He made some tough shots.
Made some athletic plays.
Yeah.
He was special today, definitely. But to your point, open shots come from Cock, right? All eyes on Cock, sending 3-4 guys at him. No kidding. Rotations are tough. We're making the extra pass. We just happened to shoot the ball well, finally. It's been some time coming. Fedor kind of probably added a little more energy, too, for those guys being able to be healthy.
Huge. Fedor played a huge role today, even though he didn't play a lot. But what he did, that was huge.
His presence, too, though, right? And I think this team feels very confident when him suited up. So, they, just showed who they are, showed what they are capable of, and looking forward to, I won't speak too soon, but Auburn. But, yeah.
Real solid game. I thought I would compare this with probably the last UConn game we played, but this was even more a little solid because we made more shots than we did against UConn,
I mean, yeah, defensively we did a great job. Made them take tough shots, made them take the shots that we wanted to take.
Yeah.
Mid-range, more or less. They just stopped hitting it, honestly. We played the game plan. We literally just shot the ball well. I think we just really have been shooting 30 to 20% over the past 7 games or so. So to shoot, what was it, like 48%, 45% from 3? We haven't really shot that well, I don't think, in a little bit.
I was surprised, though, that there are some guys that
with 10 turnovers still.
Yeah, I know. Calkin had some bad ones today. I was surprised, though, that, Louisville did not have, there's a couple guys on our team that struggle when it's a one-on-one defending, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised Louisville didn't really get by those guys. That's what I was kind of curious about.
I mean,
I thought our guys did a really good job.
Chucky seemed to be the only one dominating the ball, of course.
My thought came to me during the game was, my God, what would this team be without Chucky?
Right.
This team would be that team they had last year.
Right. But I honestly don't think our defense gets as much credit as it should, right? We're known as man shooters, and, I think they've just done a great job defensively, game in, game out, especially these ones that we're shocking people. You can't practice or, make up. There's no way that you can get a simulation of what Calk is, right, and the presence he is in the paint. And then you got people like Jamiya Neal, Jason Green, right, pressuring out on the wings. Then you bring in Fedor, who's somewhat, hasty in there. Ash is going to do his things, feisty. And, everybody more or less is helping the helper, too. So we're playing really great team defense. And, the sky's the limit, honestly, if you shoot like this, right? You definitely have a chance against, basically number one. So, guys came and performed, it's the stage.
They're ready.
They
damn near laid 90 on them. There you go.
Yep.
Too bad. High Point, good battle with Purdue, but went down by 12 to Purdue. The game was like about 4-6 point game for most of the game until the very end. So, great job, Al. Nice job. First time High Point's ever made the NCAA tournament.
Great.
Be interesting to see how many calls he gets now for a job, or if he's already been called.
First or second?
Huh?
Were they not there last year?
No, they lost. They won the conference. They lost in the first round of their tournament. Yep. So, good job there. As we were talking off air earlier, teams do contact coaches when the season goes on. All right. Like people at West Virginia, people are freaking out because they contacted D-Rock, but things like that happen all the time.
I'm not one for known for tampering, but like tampering happens all the time, right? We see it everywhere. Like, of course. Yeah, and of course you've reached out to a guy that's been like, hey, what would you think about this? Right?
Yeah, right.
Might not come directly, but there's some form of it.
I think West Virginia fans, of course, are butthurt right now because they lost their coach after 1 year. But I can understand it. You get a guy and then you have a good season, then he leaves. But hey, yeah, exactly what you said. They just called. Maybe Indiana just called up and say, hey, are you interested? Oh, you are. Like the AD goes, I didn't think he would be interested. And he was. So now it's like, okay. And then D-Rock just says, hey, I appreciate that they let me coach my team this year and didn't bug me. Okay, it could have just been the one phone call. Like, I put this on the reporters in the room. There was about 400 of them in there. Somebody should have followed up and go, so when was the first time you were contacted by Indiana, and did you have conversations after? That would have been the question.
No further questions was probably the answer.
Well, I think D-Rock would answer.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he did.
But what a great... they had to throw away all the blue stuff, and then they had to throw away the blue and gold stuff, and then Ashley had the nice red blazer on, I mean, D-Rock had the red tie. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's not hurt. And just
his whole presser was just so wonderful because you could tell how much he's taken from Coach Mack. And he mentioned Coach Mack several times, like, hey, look, this next year, I'm going to have to go heavy portal because I'm walking in the middle of not recruiting any of these guys, right? He goes, but after that, he goes, I'd like to get in the rhythm of having recruits in here and supplement the roster with portal.
He's in a different situation.
Yes,
because he's at a historical basketball school, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
absolutely.
In that system, I could understand that. But
he should get the best player in Indiana every year.
Or just building actual guys that people want to see for 4 years.
Indiana, Chicago, Ohio. I mean, he should dominate that area.
Individuals for 4 years is something that
typically when Indiana was good, that's what they did. They dominated that area.
Yep.
Right? Alford, I think, committed when he was in 8th grade to Indiana. I mean, that's what it was like. And
absolutely.
But he's just like, they kept asking stupid questions like, hey, how get the alums back? And he's just like, look, you know how you get alums back in school, like the former players and everything get excited? Win.
Yeah.
And that's basically what his message was, the whole thing. We got to win. And to win, we got to do the little things in practice every day.
Fair.
And so he's on the right track, man. He's on the right track.
You think about it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. We had a bunch of Creighton co-eds up here today watching the game. We got them all to sign up. Hit that subscribe button and help us out. So I want you to do that too. Rover Sports says, boys, we are still dancing. Made Pat Kelsey look like a petulant child. I turned to you during that. And I said he had to have either been riding that official pretty hard the whole game or said the magic word because that tee was really quick and I didn't understand.
Well, he stepped on the court and
yes,
when you step on the court and
he
you're
yelled something,
demonstrative. Generally, you're stepping on toes, and and
his complaint though was that Ashworth hit the guy in the arm, and they showed the replay.
He did.
No, they showed the replay. They showed Austin.
And he pushed his elbow up.
No.
Tim,
the ball was gone halfway to the rim.
Tim, I'm going to bring you a clip.
Yes, bring me that clip, Austin. I would love to see you defend your position after watching that replay.
Yes,
that ball was halfway to the rim when he touched his arm. Halfway to the rim. That does not affect the shot.
No.
0.
That's a foul. A foul's a foul.
No,
a foul.
Not after the ball's been released for 5 seconds.
He was on the way up, and his hand was already here.
No. Everybody watching on YouTube, help me out. That was a horrible move on his part. He was just frustrated. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely. But it was right in front of him.
You're a snowplow when you're right in front of him. If you got a thought, you're a snowplow, and I usually back off. I'm not backing off this one because you are not correct on this one.
I've seen it.
No.
I know it. I taught this.
You were on your laptop.
I know this.
I had to point it out to you.
No, we saw this. He pushed his elbow up to him. That's something you do. It's one of those nuances of the game.
Rover Sports.
He's got the
Tim
clip.
Is right.
No. No.
That's a done deal.
No.
It's over.
No.
It's over. It's like a boxing match. The ref steps in, says it's over. Go to your corner.
We're going to run back the film on tomorrow morning.
Yes, we will.
We'll run that back.
I'll run it back when I get home.
I'm sending that to Caleb, and we're going to run that back tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to get every angle I possibly can. I'm going to get on Synergy. We're going to have all the clips.
Yeah.
We'll find this. We'll get to the bottom of this one.
Jamiya Neal looking like Michael Jordan. Neal carried his second half. One of the great Blue Jays performances. It was a great performance.
That would be disrespectful.
Yeah,
but he did look really good today.
He did carry.
He did.
Because then Astros kind of didn't have to.
Ash didn't have to
generate stuff. You know what I mean?
Cockburner didn't have to force things. Right. He was able to find the extra man. But then Jamiya just looked comfortable, finally, right? He just looked comfortable.
First half, what a pass to Cockburner on that dunk.
Looked amazing.
Unbelievable pass.
Fedor had an amazing pass, too, off of that. The first half, coming off that left ball screen.
Oh, my
threaded
goodness.
the needle. He's going to be so good.
Great passer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When the season gets over, we'll talk about that. But, yeah, we can talk about roster for next year.
We're not done yet, Tim. What are we?
No, that's what I'm saying. We'll talk about that when the season's over. The roster.
Oh,
configuration for next.
I got you.
No. Yeah, okay.
Talking about what he's about to do.
The next one. I love this one. This reminds me of the Bama win in Greensboro. No, not even close.
No, not even
close. That was a rock fight.
Yeah,
the whole game. We were down 6 or 8 with about 2 minutes to go.
Not even close.
Josh Jones fouled the guy, got away with it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. So did Ashford.
2 guys. No, not even close. 2 guys there's only been 2 guys in Creighton history that have admitted something to me. One was Booker Woodfox. Yes, I took more than 2.9 seconds to get rid of that shot. B was Josh Jones. When I said, Josh, did you foul him? He goes, heck yeah, I fouled him.
Yeah. I even think he told Relaford that.
But again, last second shot, you're probably not gonna, let refs let that go sometimes. They do.
What do you like?
At the end of the game, guy shoots.
Oh, like a foul?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan when refs
can't be in that position. That's what people say.
You can't do that.
Mac outcoached the pants off of Kelsey today.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
He does most.
We also outshot them.
Yeah, but as he does most.
Yeah, he does most of the time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't CU Jays fan? This is my buddy Mike says. Wouldn't be a Blue Jay banner show without AC and Tim disagreement.
No, that's what the people want, right?
Yeah.
It's banter, right?
I don't think we have that many actually.
No. And it's all good, friendly competition. We're just getting down to it.
See, he's being real nice now because he knows he's wrong.
Great stuff. No.
He got called out.
Caleb's going to have our film tomorrow.
Brian says, that was my takeaway. Louisville's probably pretty good, but their coach was swimming in it from 10 minutes on. Yeah, I'd agree.
Yep.
I'd agree. Well, I want to say we put him in a blender early on. It was slicing, dicing.
Absolutely.
They didn't know what was going on.
Absolutely.
And then that, I think, as the game wore on, and even some in the first half, it affected their offensive end. Because they were like,
I think offensively they're expecting the big more or less to raise, right? So he's pushing Chucky more or less out, but we were in that drop coverage, so Chucky's now getting downhill, getting to mid-range, where that's probably not what they're used to seeing, being able to kind of ping the ball around, right? So now he's handling the ball way more than often, trying to make more plays, and I think that was probably the game plan. Let Chucky beat us. If he scores 50, fine. He won't, but if he does, okay, we'll probably be more than fine with that. Shut everybody else down, and and so it's just, he plays analytics and got out coached more or less. And so, he was over there spinning because I just think he wasn't expecting the game plan that we more or less gave him, and worked to our favor.
Another thing I'd read coming into the game too, and I'd seen some, I haven't watched Louisville a ton, but when I watch them, they like to do what we used to be able to do a lot with Kalk, and that was driving lob.
Right.
That was totally taken away. They tried one today, and Kalk rejected it.
Yep.
So that was totally taken away. Yep. What a beautiful day, N4 says. I can't wait to play Alabama State in the second round. Well, that would be the road we had 2 years ago when we had Upset City. We beat North Carolina State the first round. Then we beat a good Baylor team the second round, and then we were able to match up with Princeton the third round. Kind of walked into the final against San Diego State, and then we thought, our path is open now at San Diego State.
Right.
But,
foul there.
One whistle.
Foul there.
Well, here's the deal.
That one's debatable too, right?
At that point in the game.
That game.
With what they let go the rest of the game.
Right.
Yes. But here's the thing. Cover your ears, everybody that likes Ryan Nembhard. Nembhard did that a lot and got away with it throughout the whole year, the whole 2 years here. He'd give that little shove in the hip when the guy got by him. Most of the time it wasn't called, okay?
Yeah, right.
Guess what? In the biggest moment in the game, they called it.
That's exactly what I'm telling you on this here. You just decided to look at it today.
I looked at it. I watched it carefully because I said,
Tim, I'm gonna go find not only that clip, I'm gonna go find multiple over the year.
Oh no! We're just talking about this clip.
This happens.
This clip today. That's what
I know.
Because here's what happened when the thing. I said, what was he complaining about? This had to be something accumulative, right?
Fair.
And so I'm watching the rebound come off. I go, no, Jamiya was all by himself, grabbed the rebound. There was nobody near him.
Yeah.
I go, well, it must have been something on the shot, but I didn't think Ashworth was near him. They showed the replay. The ball was starting to come down when he touched his arm.
He was already there. There.
No, he was so far away because he was guarding the other guy out on the wing. He just the last second went over there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We keep running back to this one, but
because you're wrong on that.
I like it. You might be right.
Brian says, if we beat Alabama State, if we met Alabama State, it would make up when we lost to Kansas State. Because remember that year, the whole bracket opened up. Like had we beat Kansas State, that's when UMBC beat Virginia, so that we would have played a 16. Then we would have played like a 6 or something in the final of the regional. That whole thing would open up.
Fair.
Jackson's 3 in the first helped open the lane for Neal. Ed says that. Our good buddy Ed Snyder. Haven't seen Ed on here. Thank you, Ed.
I had to say all 3s, honestly, at that point. We were just shooting it well.
Jackson took his time today. You know what? And the reason he took his time? He was so wide open.
He was.
Great passing by Neal a couple times.
Everybody was deep in the paint. Yeah,
they were like, oh, God, here goes Neal driving, and then boom.
Yeah.
There
was a couple times, too, he made that hockey assist, but...
Again, it's great. As we said
great team
a million times already in this show, we had him in a blender.
Unselfishness.
Yeah,
it was just great unselfishness.
So, hey, everybody on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We really want to grow this and keep growing it, and we're in the postseason now. Earlier today, I hope you were on YouTube or were here at Let It Fly to see our pregame show. And we're going to do another one tomorrow, 10:30. We're going to get you all set up for the big day.
I'm here for that.
We said, worst thing of all time in the NCAA tournament when you play the first game and you lose because you get hit like a sledgehammer. You're out. Everybody else is looking forward to the games and excited, and you're bummed for a day and a half. One of the best things about the NCAA tournament, when you win that first game. Now you got a day and a half of just watching games, enjoying it, having a great time.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So that's what's going to happen with us. So we're going to have a fun time tomorrow. We'll break down all the games for you tomorrow. We'll kind of throw you a couple upsets we think might happen. We've got some great games in this 3 o'clock window today. Let's see. VCU, BYU. Great game. And then upset special, McNeese and Clemson.
You think? You think so?
Will Wade, baby.
Upset.
Don't sleep. And we have another one of those fraudulent ACC teams. Clemson.
I don't know.
McNeese, Clemson.
Come on, Tim.
I think Clemson's better than. People were upset that Clemson was ahead of Louisville, even though Louisville beat them 2-3. I think Clemson was a better team, frankly.
I think Clemson's going to make you
Brownwell's really good in the NCAA tournament. You look at his record; he's really good in the NCAA tournament. So, but I still like McNeese. And then also 335, a game a lot of people have gone one-sided on this pick. I think this game could be a lot closer, and that's Gonzaga, Georgia.
Fair.
Georgia played pretty well down the stretch in the SEC.
Okay.
So, we're going to find out about both teams today, I think, maybe a little bit. So, those are great games. Tonight, I would say the games that are going to
For Omaha, baby. Come on.
Well, Omaha.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, yeah, come on. Let's just score like 90 points against that St. John's defense and then go, take that, Blue Jays.
Sounds good. It sounds real good.
We got some intriguing matchups. So Arkansas, Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
I find that intriguing as hell.
Well, that, of course, everybody loves the storyline, but yeah.
Right, and plus, I know my Kansas fans are all telling me I'm wrong on this. I just got an inkling Kansas is going to make a little run here. I don't know.
Well, that's self, and like they hadn't played that well, and they're due a little bit from the basketball guys. They generally get it.
Great battle of styles at 625, Yale and A&M.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, that's going to be great.
I got A&M on that one, though, weirdly. But, okay, I like that.
A team, I think this is a team that most people in the country have picked for an upset, and that's Drake over Missouri.
Yeah.
I
hear that. I don't either.
Drake has not seen athletes like they're going to see today. And I'm talking athletes. I'm talking 8, 9 athletes that can wheel out there.
Yep.
This is going to be, this could get ugly, frankly.
I think so. I love their coach, too.
Yeah,
honestly.
I love their coach, but I just think, again, we've proven it time and time again. Good D2 players can play in D1. Not even a question. It's not even a question, right?
That's fair.
But they were able to get away with it in the Missouri Valley. You're stepping up here, okay?
Yeah.
A big step up.
Yep, absolutely.
Intriguing game as well. Utah State, UCLA.
Yeah, that is. That one.
Utah State.
That one stumped me a little bit.
UCLA's played very well down the stretch. Cronin's kind of got them going, but Utah State's dangerous. Number one. By the way, they're staying in Creighton's hotel. Did you hear this yesterday? Ashworth. So somebody asked Ashworth about it. A guy from Utah State media, and Ashworth's like, "Hey, haven't seen you in a while." And Ashworth goes, "Yeah, I was able to catch up with a bunch of guys and da-da-da-da." The only thing with them is they really faded down the stretch. Got knocked out in the first round or second round of the Mountain West. Yeah, I don't know. We talked about Omaha St. John's, and then probably the other big upset game that people are picking is San Diego over Michigan.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I'm not buying that one.
I got
either.
Michigan.
I do too.
I got Michigan.
I got Michigan going a long way.
I do too, actually.
I understand why. They turn people over
Weirdly.
a lot. Michigan is turnover prone. They turn over people in the Big West. We're talking Big Ten here. That's where I'm coming.
Athletes are athletes, Tim, and players are players. And how the draft has been the past 8, 10 years. Doesn't really matter where you are. People find you.
You mean when I watch the NBA and go, who the hell's this guy? What? He played for Fresno State. He was a six-manner. Now he's starting.
Exactly.
Like, what the hell?
Damian Lillard. Weber said,
Damian Lillard. Wait a minute. I even knew about him.
I'm just saying, there's late bloomers like that.
Yeah.
Right?
But I've watched San Diego a few times. They're not that athletic.
They don't have that
They
guy.
just turn guys over. I think it's just.
But it's just who they're playing. But to your point, it's a little of that.
Anyway, we both agree on that.
It's a little of that. Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully, I fully expect that last game to be an absolute blowout. Wilmington and Texas Tech.
Yep.
Texas Tech is
Red Raiders.
They're the real deal.
I'm not a fan, but
so
Red Raiders.
We can maybe get a little sleep. Go to bed early.
Yeah.
That game will be over.
Yep.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate Jay's win, 89-75. Let's get to, before we get to more of our features and our sponsor, or let's talk about our sponsors. CareMinders Home Health Care. When you're in need of care for your injured, ill, or senior loved one, reach out to CareMinders Home Health Care. They're comprised of certified caregivers who have many years of experience. You'll receive versatile, flexible, and customized care for your comfort, peace of mind, and well-being. Give them a call, 402-532-1383. Or better yet, go to caremindersnebraska.com and you can see everything they have to offer. So when it's your time to reach out to CareMinders like you need their services, you'll know exactly what they have to offer. That's CareMinders. Another fantastic sponsor this year is Discount Window and Door of Omaha. Can't thank them enough. And man, what a great product they have to offer. Great service from start to finish. They come out, they do all the prep work with you. They show you everything they have to do. Their products are the highest quality around. And when you see the prices, you'll kind of go, huh? Yeah, they're that good. Their pricing is that good. And plus, they don't farm out their installation. It's all done in-house. So it's all together. You don't have to go outside, talk to an installer. No, it's all Discount Window and Door of Omaha. They do it all. So check them out. You'll love the new windows I put in my house, the one on the right versus the one on the left. As I told Austin earlier, and Caleb, there is now a huge tree down in front of my window because I had a tree go down yesterday. A big, full, mature tree.
Great blizzard.
That I kind of wanted to get rid of because it sat on the west side of my property.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was always shaded, and it kind of slopes to the back, and the water would run down and kill my grass down by the edge of where we have this huge flower bed. So now, got sun in there.
Yep.
So now this was a beautiful thing.
Always.
I was always thinking about chopping that tree down. Now it's gone.
Yeah.
There we go.
Always. I love that.
Yes. So anyway, my windows would withstand even a tree falling down. So there we go. That's how great they are. So trusted reputation. Check them out. 402-884-8989. That's 402-884-8989. That's Discount Window and Door of Omaha. Tell them Blue Jay Banner sent you. Unsung hero today.
Well, Fedor. But to the likes, unlikely, plausible. Able to just come in and give more or less the confidence, like I'm saying. He made some great plays. He was pushing in transition a couple times. That fine in the first half, the Kalkbrenner off the late read. Some couple of huge stops and just showing his aggressiveness, right? I think just provides value, and it builds the confidence of, his teammates to a higher level too when he's on the court, and they feel confident, like, as a whole.
I'm not totally against you. Not totally against you. I'm actually for you on this one.
Because of course, we can go other guys, but
I was going to go Jackson, but he had 11.
Exactly.
So he's out. Kalkbrenner, by the way, 14. You look at this box score and you're like, whoa, 14-6.
Exactly.
Steven had 22, and most of those were early.
Yeah.
And then 22 with 5 rebounds, 5 assists. What a game. Nice. Turnovers, Green had 3, Kalk had 3. That was our big problem. Other than that, everybody was cool.
10 of them.
Ashworth only 1 today. That's excellent. But Jamiya, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists.
2 turnovers, but it's to be expected.
Who cares with the line like
handling it the way he was.
11 of 16 of the field, 2 of 5. We shot 11 of 24 from 3. We were better. We missed some late.
Yeah.
We were over 50% for most of the day.
Yeah.
But we shot really well. Only 67% from the line. Jamiya got to the line late, and I was hoping that we would get that ball. There was a couple times where we just got the ball to Steven, and then they fouled. Mm-hmm. We obviously need to get the ball to Steven to knock those down, but we're going to need to do that.
But you got to think most people are trying to keep the ball out of his hands, right?
No kidding, right? We need to do that next game. But just an all-around great performance. I mean, we missed by 1 point having 5 guys in doubles against this unrelenting, impenetrable.
But you got to think, Ash played full game. Jamiya played just about the full game. 40, 39. Clark played 38. Andrews played 31. That has to be one of the higher minute games, right, of the season.
Yeah. But here's the deal. Like we were talking, number one, timeouts are so much longer. Number two, I was talking to the guys next to me, halftime. Like when you're here, when we're here watching road games, you go to the restroom, grab yourself maybe a beer, maybe talk to somebody, boom, second half starts. It was just forever until the
tournament.
So I'm just saying we get longer periods of rest. That works in our favor, right?
I don't know if that works, but
you guys get extra rest.
It's
like an extra time out.
I wouldn't call that extra rest.
Extra time out.
Just drawing out adrenaline that more or less is taxing you at a higher level. But sure, tomato. If you believe that, I don't. But I think they're tired. The rest is gonna be good. That they played the early game, and hopefully, what time is that Auburn? Too. What time would that game be?
I bet we will be the early game Saturday.
Yeah.
One tip off, right? We'll be the standalone game. There'll be no other games going on. I would bet that'll happen, especially after our win today. How convincing it was, and then we're playing the number one team, Auburn.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I could be wrong, but I bet you that's how we're.
So we'll be able to watch both, is what you're saying. The women as well.
Yeah.
Love it. How's Flan feeling?
How's what?
How's Flan feeling?
I've not checked in with him. I probably should, huh?
Maybe.
I'll check in with him.
Maybe don't forget about him, right?
Ryan Silva, who was covers Tennessee, and we did a long podcast with him before the Sweet 16 matchup last year, which is cool. He just reached out to me. He said, "Hey, I'm in Lexington covering Tennessee," and he goes, "Wow, I was really impressed with Creighton today."
Yeah.
So there you go. Somebody, just a.
I mean, it was
neutral observer.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great product on the floor today. We shot it well.
Worst call of the game.
I'm going with that no call on that 3 for the opposers, where their coach had to come unglued. Granted, he was a little disturbed, but
you're going to be so embarrassed.
We just did a great job.
You're going to be so incredibly embarrassed when you see the replay. No, so incredibly embarrassed.
No, I watched it live. I know.
I thought Fedor. The guy, you could see his arm go out. That's the key, right? 2 guys driving in the lane side by side. The arm goes out. Guy goes flying. That's an offensive foul every time.
But they called one in the first half for block, same situation. That probably should have been a charge, and it wasn't. So it was like they were consistent, at least, with calling it however you feel.
That one, though, there wasn't an arm.
It was. The Louisville guy, he dipped down first, then he did that.
Extended. Oh, you're saying on the Louisville side. I thought there was one on the Creighton side kind of that way, too. But anyway, I thought that was the worst one.
So it was like that was consistent.
And I think what made a little bit in our favor, by the way, we had big time TV Teddy out there today. I hadn't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
He's still doing NCAA games.
Well, he was waiting. He was
and he's not the one who teed up the coach. That's surprising. But I thought they let things go a little bit, and I think that worked in our favor.
It worked in our favor.
Because the ACC calls much tighter games.
We had some of our guys out there.
And you can tell there was a couple times like Chucky was frustrated, but that's the way.
It's a different game, right?
Yeah.
I was, probably just a little more physical. So it helps definitely having your refs.
I mean, that helps us. You think about the thing when you were in the Valley. Then everything was called tight, and you get the NCAA tournament. You're like, well, wait a minute. This is way more physical than we're used to. Now it's flipped,
I don't know about that, though.
You don't?
I feel like didn't matter what, from Valley to Big East, it was the same because we had number 3. We were the best.
Well,
so it was like our games always were different than general conference was, I thought, anyways. Yeah. And I could show you
on
scratches that I have today that is like it wasn't physical, Tim. So
no, I'm not saying it wasn't physical. I'm just saying
to
Are you kidding me? Grant Gibbs threw a guy into the first row in Illinois State.
Well, Illinois State. We had some places. Evansville, I would say, was a little thumbs down. But
how was Colt Ryan?
Everybody else, Colt Ryan was exceptional.
He was a good player.
We need to bring Jahans on here to talk about Colt Ryan. That was his assignment.
That was his assignment.
I think he has the record right now in the link, whatever you want to call it. CHI. Yeah, I think he still has.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. He had an unbelievable game.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Jahans might still have nightmares. He was so good.
I'm surprised he didn't get further in the professional career. Like
he didn't. A lot of what I heard is he didn't really necessarily kind of like Nate Funk.
Didn't want it.
It was like Nate Funk technically probably could have did a lot of great things, right?
Yeah.
In his professional career, but
when you're unsure, you're in that in between, Yeah. Well, I better go play pro ball because I can make some money. I remember seeing Nate though. Hey Nate, how was Turkey? It sucked. Yeah. That's what he told me. He hated Turkey. Yeah. I think that really soured him on the old European thing.
It's just different.
Well, I mean, I think it depends on where you go, right?
I mean, I don't think it does. It's just a different life. You're 8 hours, 7 hours.
Some people say like the German league is good.
It's just regardless of what league you're in.
Where were you at?
Switzerland, Montenegro, Lithuania, Romania.
So which one do you like best?
Switzerland was the best. Hands down. Lithuania was the best basketball league.
Lithuania, I would think, would be the best. Yeah.
But as far as living, that was terrible.
Switzerland would be awesome.
Switzerland was, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Grant telling us, he was on Blue Jay Banner one time, and he was telling us about, he goes, we tend to go watch movies because You don't really have a lot to do.
A lot to do. That's kind of, I was studying.
So he goes, we see a lot of movies. We see movies that you normally wouldn't see in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
And things like that.
See all types of stuff.
Yeah. So.
Got a lot of free time.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But as you do as a player, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of where it is.
I don't know. What were we talking about before that? Where we got detoured here.
We were
talking about Colt Ryan and physical play. But anyway, we're we just got done playing UConn and St. John's, so we're going to be pretty ready for a physical game.
That was kind of my thing, anyways, right? Like, might be playing one of the best in the country already, right? So I think we're gonna more or less be prepared for whatever we see for the most part, and just who we have to play night in and night out in the Big East.
One of the best
right?
seeds in the country.
I'm teams.
No, seed.
Teams.
Seeds. Here we go.
We got the dude with the white suit over there, Tim. You're throwing shade on this guy's name. Yes.
I so want Omaha to win tonight. Oh my God.
If that happens, Tim,
what's gonna
there might
you
be
wouldn't show up tomorrow, would you?
There'll be a parade in the city. Yeah, I will, and I'll be in UNO gear if that happens. We got Adrian over there, right?
All right,
yeah.
so we're going to get off because I know you guys want to watch a lot of these games, but let's get you caught up on chat here because we got a bunch of people. Robert says, too many turnovers that lead to 5-point swings. This game should have been over a lot sooner. Need to clean that up. Well, I guess, but we only had what? We only had 10 today, right?
We had 10, but then we got to think we got guys playing heavy minutes, and then they kind of happen later in the game, so you're a little fatigued.
This is supposed to be, the greatest defensive team of all time. So
I wouldn't even just say that, and it was just like we just got a little sloppy there at the end, right? Like, okay.
Here's no, I'm not going to get into it because we're going to have a disagreement there, but.
What's that?
You got one job to do to come in and foul Chucky.
I hear that. No, he did try. He did.
You got to go under the screen there, though.
Not even that. He already had the hand there, and he just went through it. The refs didn't call it.
Yeah. I mean,
granted, he probably should just grab them, but then you don't want to get the personal
I'm
risk.
telling Mac he's won 9 million games, but that's maybe where Mac should get the officials here. Go, hey, we're going to try and foul here.
Which I think he generally already
did. But
if
the wrong official ran down, then
even that. Like, they just didn't call it.
Yeah.
Like, he had the arm there.
But he
ran by it.
under. His problem was he tried to go over. He should have went under and then got.
But I think if you go under it, then he's going to rescreen. Then you're not going to have a chance.
It's going to take up more time.
That's fine. But like, he did foul him. So I will say he did try. He didn't intentionally.
Honest to God, I did not look at this.
What's this?
Before I started that.
Okay.
Robert says, number 12. Okay, come on. You should know. You're a Creighton fan. You should know the players. Was brought in to do one thing at the end of the half. Turned it into a 3-point.
I mean, I hear it.
King fumbled the ball, resulting in easy points. Those are losing plays when we aren't hot. Well, Robert, we just beat Louisville by 14. Okay, the number 2 team, number 3 team in the ACC. So let's not get too hard on him. Brian says
that's kind of
unsung hero, Green would be a good candidate. Some huge rebounds. Yeah, I agree with you. He'd be the only other candidate, but
not at all. He's got a higher standard now. He set a standard that now we can't allow that to just. We can't get complacent.
That's his own fault, right?
Yeah, he did it to himself.
Way to go, Jay.
Last tournament, last NCAA and then Big East tournament, we're expecting more from him.
One of these TVs we got wrestling on, and I remember the year, this is way, way, way back. They had the NCAA championships here in Omaha, and I was at the old Union, used to be right down the street from the CHI, and we're in there having a great time watching the game. There was like a good crowd, but not it wasn't packed or anything. Oh my God, in between sessions, that just flows in of wrestling fans, and they're all like, well, do you got some? No, we're watching games here. Okay, we're not turning any wrestling on right now.
Hey, man. Gotta please
and it was
the
so
customer,
weird because you get different people. Like Cornell was big in wrestling, so you got all these Cornell fans coming in that you would normally never see. That's kind of cool.
That's fair.
All right. So anyway, we set you up here. What are we doing? It's 2:30. So we got Clemson and McNeese coming up here shortly. Is that already on? There it is. Just started 2-2. All right. And then 3:05 is the next big one, VCU and BYU, and then 3:35 Georgia Gonzaga. So we got you set up. So those are the games to look out for right now. But I'd be watching this McNeese. Here they go. Here go Will Wade's boys. They're going down. And the way Will Wade plays too is wide open. a lot of that stuff where you jack up a bad three. But they're fun to watch. Okay, so let's set you up. So Jays will play Saturday. We don't know the time yet. They're going to wait till a bunch of these games are final to figure out the matchups. But I'm not going to stake my life on it, but I think we're going to be the first standalone game
at nighttime.
At 11.
I think it's nighttime, honestly.
At 11. I would love it. Well, I don't want the same time.
I don't either, but it's gonna. I think that's what's gonna end up happening.
That's what always happens,
right? Yeah, you want to watch. People want to see Auburn, LA, and
we want to see Creighton and Illinois on the women's side. So anyway,
we loved for it.
So we'll let you know. Follow us on Twitter. We'll let you know tomorrow morning. So because at 10:30 we're going to do a pregame right here. You can go on YouTube, watch it, or you can come down and let it fly and watch it live and send us up the questions. And we're going to do that tomorrow at 10:30. And then Saturday we will have a postgame again after the Jays game. And then we're also going to have a postgame just on YouTube for the women's game as well, sponsored by RTI Threads. And tomorrow morning we're sponsored by Corker Group, right?
Absolutely.
Fabulous company. Thanks so much for sponsoring us. Okay. Everybody, go enjoy the games. We got a day and a half to just enjoy basketball. There's so much good games coming up here over the next day and a half. And then we can get at it again for the Jays on Saturday. Awesome. So great. So happy for all the people that went to Lexington. Having a great time. Thanks. We will see you tomorrow morning.